big coach behind you here in the Toland Street in Harlow. Where are you off to?
We're off to London today for the NHS March and demo in London. We're here to support and show unity to the NHS staff and NHS patients, and say to the government, actually the NHS is in crisis. I've seen a winter crisis, and it is in dire need of more investment.
Are there any clear examples in Harlow where you'd say that is an example of crisis?
I think, talking to local nurses, local healthcare professionals, I talk to nurses who say that the recommended amount of patients they should be caring for is 8. You talk to nurses in Harlow saying they're caring to up to 14. We can see that our healthcare professionals in the town are overworked and undervalued. So I think there is a crisis. We've seen examples across Essex of ambulances having to queue up to wait to get into A&E and things like that. So it's very clear that the NHS is in crisis in Harlow and across Essex and across the UK. And today it's about unity. It's about joining forces with Labour parties across Essex, across England, and of course our friends in the TUC as well, to say actually enough's enough, and we need an NHS funded from central government.
Is it creeping privatisation, do you think, or is it over privatisation, or no privatisation at all?
I think that there is an element of privatisation. We've seen some high-profile cases about Virgin taking over NHS contracts. I think we want to ensure that the NHS is free at the point of use, and we want to stop any further privatisation, and that's what the Labour Party feels.
You're now fighting a by-election.
I am indeed. I'm standing in Little Parndon. I've got to say it's a real honour to have the opportunity to stand in this by-election for Labour. I live in the ward, and I've been, in a short period of time, I've been made to feel very, very welcome by the local community. So it's a real honour to stand for Labour in this election.
Anybody who follows you on social media knows you do campaign a lot. So either in that ward or across Harlow, even over the last couple of months, what are the key issues that have been coming up?
I do enjoy campaigning. I do enjoy talking to people, and it's been wonderful to have the opportunity to talk to people across Little Parndon and Hare Street. Some of the local issues, you won't be surprised to know that parking is an issue that is discussed quite a lot. In the ward specifically, there's been a bit of an issue with fly tipping, which is what I've been looking into and chasing up with the council. It's obviously there's the new development over at the rugby club, and sort of concerns about how that's going to affect local traffic, etc. But it's getting out talking to people. But generally, I've had a really, really positive response on the doorstep, and people have been, really, really welcoming.
Atmosphere in Harlow politics at the moment isn't great. John Klempner's situation, not only locally but nationally, has been reported. Is that a great? How are things in Harlow Labour at the moment?
First of all, I would like to say, I consider John a personal friend, and I thank him for all the years of service that he's given to Harlow Labour Party. He's been a fantastic leader and a fantastic ward councillor. And let's be honest, I've got some huge, shoes to fill in terms of being a ward councillor in Little Parndon and Hare Street. I would say actually that the Labour group on the council is very united. We are looking at moving forward.
Good Karen Klempner and Ian Beckett, who Ian Beckett called, yet your meeting on Thursday, he wouldn't attend because it's a charade.
Well, again, Ian Beckett is a good friend of mine, as is Karen. You'd have to ask them about their opinions on that. But I would say that we are a united party, and actually, John Klempner was part of why we were able to produce such a fantastic budget for the people of Harlow at the council meeting on Thursday. We are able to freeze council tax but also protect vital services, which I think is excellent for the town of Harlow. And I do pay credit to John and all the councillors, and I just hope that I can be part of what is a really fantastic Labour team.